Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News2. I'm Sandra Gamansing. Officials from the Department of Education sat down last week to talk about the priorities and concerns for the upcoming school year. Officials say their efforts are dedicated to making sure they work hard to meet the needs of the territory's students. News2's Erica Parsons has more.
Education officials sat down to 3 days of meetings last week. According to a press release from the department, the meetings were geared towards addressing challenges for the upcoming 2013-2014 school year and how officials could work together to solve those problems. According to the release, Day One's focus was tackling internal communications issues. They also talked about boosting student achievement and test scores and looked at which of the department's math and reading intervention programs have been successful. Officials said in last week's meeting that they have made strides in implementing the new Common Core state standards-based curriculum, but they determined that they do need more training for teachers and more interaction with parents. To that end, officials formed an action plan outlining specific goals and responsibilities for state and district officials to accomplish those tasks. Last week's discussion also focused on recruiting teachers and other critical staff members, streamlining the department's technology program, promoting the benefits of PowerSchool, the department's new student information system, and the department's school lunch and special nutrition programs. The new Human Resources Director will be launching an aggressive campaign to recruit full-time teachers, substitutes, and nurses. The department has invested in PowerSchool, a school management system that supports nearly 10 million students throughout the nation and in more than 60 countries around the world. Acting Commissioner Donna Fred Gregory talked about how important it is to let parents know about the portal on PowerSchool that gives them real-time access to student information, including their child's homework assignments and attendance records. The school lunch program has been a constant concern, and recently students, parents, and education officials gave the new menu items a thumbs up during a testing. Officials say now they just have to properly train the school kitchen workers on the new menus to help attract students back into cafeteria seats. Erica Parsons, News 2.
The meetings were held with the education superintendents and managers. Acting Commissioner Gregory said in the statement that overall the meetings were very productive and allowed them to target very specific challenges within the department. Citizens are also gearing up for that August 7th voting on the Hovenza Agreement, and even those who have not yet taken sides are taking steps to make sure the community is informed. Over the weekend, a group called Kwanzaa 365, led by a concerned citizen, turned to the media to help spread information using WUVI AM 1090, the local university's radio station. Kwanzaa 365 fielded questions and spurred discussion on what they consider a monumental issue to the territory.
We're doing this special broadcast just to help people share information via the airway.
For any deal or negotiation should have gone on with Hovenza, the people of St. Croix should have been consulted through various town meetings and inquiries, through the legislature and the like, and even the governor should have had that with Lieutenant Governor Malapawa and St. Croix and see what the people of St. Croix really desire.
And it's a pretty monumental task, sort of getting your head around this Hovenza Fourth Amendment. I've heard a lot of pro and a lot of con, but thank you for sharing where the facts are located so that I can look them up and sort of get a better idea.
In Monday's Senate session, Bureau of Corrections Director Julius Wilson received some scathing criticism from the Senate's Homeland Security, Justice, and Public Safety Committee about the way he manages the corrections facilities both on St. Thomas and St. Croix. Many times during the hearing, senators were disappointed by the amount of information that the corrections director did not seem to readily know about his institution, including recent fatal stabbings and the condition of infrastructure. This may have led Committee Chair Senator Kenneth Gittens to decide on moving for a vote of no confidence on Wilson.
I just showed you a picture of a dormitory door and your mouth dropped wide open because you're so surprised. And I'm saying, if you're the head of this institution, I mean, my goodness, this is something that you should be fully aware of. Don't get forward again to ask me, why am I tracking you? I am going to hold you accountable for what's happening at the institution.
News 2 will keep you updated. 2 vacant homes owned by the VI Port Authority, part of the Bournefield community, are scheduled for demolition on Wednesday. DPNR approved a permit to demolish model numbers 1 and 2, which are located behind the Gladys Abraham Elementary School on St. Thomas on parcel 68 Lindbergh Bay. Carlton Bell says that the Bournefield residents will be notified about the demolition before the work begins. He said removal of these vacant buildings is part of the Port Authority's responsibility to keep its properties well maintained and to ensure the safety of its tenants as well as the teachers and students who attend the school adjacent to the property. A man was robbed while getting gas at Mountain Gas Station on St. Croix. However, police on proactive patrol quickly captured the suspect. The victim told police about 8 p.m. on August 5th he was getting gas when he saw another vehicle reverse and collide into his vehicle. The driver got out of the car and demanded that the victim pay for the damages to his car. The suspect then snatched a gold chain off the neck of the victim and told him that he would get it back after he fixed his vehicle. The suspect also took $150 from inside the victim's vehicle. The suspect was later identified by police as 31-year-old Nathan McIntosh. He was arrested at 2:06 p.m. the same day and charged with the second-degree robbery. His bail was set at $75,000. A woman was robbed of her handbag on August 3rd in the Sugar Estate complex on St. Thomas. The victim told police she was walking to her car around 8:30 p.m. when 2 masked gunmen accosted her and demanded her purse. According to police, the woman screamed, dropped the bag, and ran away. She saw one suspect pick up the bag, and the 2 men ran off in an easterly direction. The victim wasn't able to give police any other description. Police urge anyone with information to call detectives. Well, Crime Stoppers needs your help to solve the following crimes, including the ones we just heard about. Remember, even the smallest bit of information may be just what law enforcement needs to solve some of these cases. On St. Croix on Wednesday, July 23rd, in the Mount Victory area, the burned body of Mr. Earl James was found inside his white Toyota Tacoma. The license plate number is CEQ 323. Now, the night before, officers received a call that unknown individuals had stopped a truck similar to the one owned by Mr. Charles in the vicinity of Concordia Villas Housing Community and the Alexander Henderson Elementary School. Now, tell police what you know about the persons who were involved in stopping this vehicle. Remember, the minimum reward for the arrest of a homicide suspect is $1,500. Over on St. John, on Friday, July 26th, at about 2:50 p.m., police responded to a fight in progress in the area of the lumber yard in Cruz Bay. When they arrived, they found a male with a large laceration to his head. If you know something about this matter, please inform the authorities. Now, on St. Thomas on Monday, July 15th at 5:10 p.m., 2 young men were in the Office Max in Tutu Park Mall and stole a computer tablet. Take a look at the pictures of the suspects. The minimum reward for an arrest is $536 plus, if recovered, 10% of the value of the tablet. You can also log on to Crime Stoppers to view a picture of the surveillance pictures. Call 1-800-222-TIPS. You can also text USVI plus your message to crimes at 274637. If your tip leads to an arrest or the recovery of stolen property, illegal drugs, or weapons, you will receive a cash reward to be paid according to your instructions. Family Resource Center will be hosting a Viva training beginning this week. The purpose of the Virgin Islands Victim Advocate, or VIVA, project is to advocate for all victims of violence and to create social change to end violence. Family Resource Center will be training victim advocates to assist victims of crime. You can contact them at 340-776-3966 or obtain to a volunteer VIVA application. And for more information about the training site, training sessions begin today, August 6th, and it goes on until September 16th, and it will be continuing every Tuesday. The court-martial of the U.S. soldier accused of the 2009 Fort Hood shooting rampage is finally underway after years of delays. Didal Hassan faces 13 counts of murder and 32 counts of attempted murder. Susan McGinnis reports from Fort Hood.
U.S. Army soldier Nidal Hassan spoke softly but distinctly when he told jurors, "I am the shooter." Acting as his own attorney, Hassan also called himself an imperfect Muslim and apologized for mistakes he made. In its opening statement, the prosecution described Hassan's plan to kill as many soldiers as he could.
The moment that the round started hitting the ground, I felt that this was it.
When former Army Sergeant Howard Ray saw Hassan point a pistol at him, Ray instinctively reached for his own, but he was unarmed because of Army regulations.
So other than the military police, no one else was armed that day except one man.
That's right, and that was the shooter.
Ray shielded a fellow soldier from the gunfire.
I just said I'll just take the rounds for her. That's all you can do.
Fortunately, the bullets missed. Ray is among those who may be called to testify here to face questions from their attacker.
The prospect of them being cross-examined by the person who shot them, it's turning into a circus.
Neil Scher is an attorney representing some of the victims. He feels the shooting was preventable.
Hassan made no secret of what his beliefs were, and anybody following it could have predicted that something terrible was going to happen.
Hassan could face the death penalty if convicted. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Fort Hood, Texas.
And keeping our eye on the economy, U.S. employers posted more jobs in June than they have in the past 5 years, but hired fewer workers. A mixed indicator for the slowly recovering job market. The Labor Department is reporting that job openings rose by 29,000 in June to 3.94 million. General Motors announced that it plans to spend another $167 million at its Tennessee factory to build 2 new mid-sized vehicles. The investment is expected to help keep 1,800 jobs. No word on how many new jobs might be created. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank's stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all down. The Dow 93, Nasdaq 27, S&P 9. Coming up on News 2, the future looks bright for these students, and Sterling Optical gave a nice incentive, scholarships. Highlights from the presentation from both St. Croix and St. Thomas. We'll be right back. 8 graduating high school seniors from St. Croix were awarded scholarships from Sterling Optical in the amount of $1,250. This year marks the 12th year that Sterling Optical has been awarding scholarships to students in the territory. Instead of the usual 11 students, the company gave 12 scholarships this year, bringing the total to 100 students, which coincides with Sterling's 100th anniversary. One of the students who is a recipient of the scholarship will be heading to Harvard.
We're happy to give back to the community that have helped us along for the past 16 years. I'm very proud of the group that we have here today. They were judged in the areas of the grade point averages, SAT scores, community involvement, and a biographical essay.
To be the recipient of one is very gratifying. As far as his accomplishment, I knew he was going to do big things. He was very focused from young in kindergarten, very competitive academically.
Meanwhile, 4 students were on hand on the St. Thomas Sterling Optical location, and they were presented with their scholarships as well. Here they are.
My name is Jackie Descartes. I am attending the University of the Virgin Islands, and I plan on majoring in nursing.
My name is Jamal Forney. I'm attending Rider University in New Jersey, and I'm majoring in public relations.
Good day, my name is Andrea Burgess. I will be attending the University of South Florida this fall, and I'll be majoring in biomedical sciences.
Good afternoon, my name is Gabrielle Joseph. I will be attending the University of the Virgin Islands, and I'll be majoring in elementary education.
Okay, perfect. All the recipients, and we will have more on the recipients later this week on News 2. Well, a St. Croix young man earned the highest rank of scouting recently. Local Boy Scout Matthew Edwards was honored during a ceremony Friday at the Howard M. Wall Boy Scout Camp for attaining the Eagle Scout designation. Edwards has been a scout since he was little and became the 12th Eagle Scout of Troop 227. He had to earn 21 merit badges and successfully complete a community service project to achieve that badge of honor. He said although it was a family expectation, it was also a personal goal of his. One brother is already an Eagle Scout and 2 others are working towards the designation.
I felt like it was an accomplishment that I could use in the future. It was something that I would look back on and say, I'm glad I did that, and also be beneficial for me and my standing in the community as a leader later in life.
Congratulations as well. Well, in the peak of this hurricane season, it's important that the community stays prepared, and that's why the American Red Cross is offering a free mobile app called Hurricane, which is available for smartphones. The mobile app provides valuable information on what to do before, during, and after a hurricane. It includes a number of features that allow users to share information with their loved ones on social networks. Other features include the Hurricane and First Aid apps. It can be found in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And speaking of which, stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.